Tell them what you're going to tell them what you told them. Harsh reality is where we are going, which will tie into the accountability buddy. Because when I tell you the things that I tell you, I'm not being mean, but I'm trying to help you. If you set a goal for yourself and you want to be somewhere, I know how hard it is to start any journey, any mission. I've also started journeys and achieved them. I've started journeys and I failed on them. Tell them what you told them. I could easily tell you what I told you. The hard part is understanding what you have been told. So if you were to ask me anew, what are you doing? Anew, where do you think you're going? Where are you heading? Where do you want to be? So if I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you I'm going to change the world. If I tell you, first off, I'm going to tell you to listen because we're changing the world. And then after I tell you what I told you, that's where it could get complicated and tricky. And as I said that, I thought about me in school. Because teachers can teach. That's their job, is to teach. But you also have to understand, whoever it is you're teaching, they have to understand the content being taught to them. Because if they understand it, they'll learn, lesson learned, and they can move forward amicably. I said that because a 40-year-old virgin, like all top. Because you don't always bring words to my face, I'm gonna take it as disrespect. So help me with the sale. I'm trying to sell world peace right here. So let's move forward amicably, okay? Amicably. One of them hard to say words too. Oh. Tell them what you're gonna tell them what you told them. Understanding what you've been told is the hardest thing. But it's also my next chapter in life. Accountability buddy. As an accountability buddy, I can help you in many different ways. And it goes beyond being a personal trainer to help you look like I do. So when I say tell them what you told them, it's the harsh reality of life. And I mentioned harsh reality before. I don't know if those videos ever came out. I don't even know if I ever watched it again since I recorded it. I've mentioned harsh reality because I say harsh reality commonly. Number one, because it's reality. Number two, it can be kind of harsh. And that goes to so many different aspects of life. When you talk about genders, when you talk about race, when you talk about financial status, when you talk about all those things. And I talked to my mom yesterday. A phone call with my mom for 30 minutes. If you ask my mom, when's the last time you talked to your son on the phone for at least 5 minutes? In regards to me, I don't remember. And you know my memory. I'm not saying you know it, but I let you know the memories that I have. And it seems like, damn, your memory is sharp. I don't call my mom. It's 2022. So this isn't harsh, but this is reality. It's 2022. I text my mom. Whenever I need her, I text her. Whenever I have a question, I text her. Whatever it is, I text her. So that's letting you know how it is. Because now you think about like, yeah, all I do is text, or, you know, hit them up on Facebook, hit them up on Instagram, send them a message on WhatsApp. However it is you typically contact with people, you typically go that way contacting with people. But when it comes to a harsh reality is when I talk about like, just another story I could throw up. When you talk to coworkers, because you see a high-speed chase, and not say you love, I'm just gonna say I love watching high-speed chases, because I'm like, oh damn, look at them go, or whatever it is they're doing, because some of them are legit, some of them are just boring. But when they finally get caught, and the first thing I'm thinking when that car stops, when they get out, is it a black dude? Is it white, Hispanic, female? And I always be wondering who the hell is actually driving the car. And that's a question that goes through my mind. I can't say it goes through our minds, but I'm sure now that I'm saying it, you might be like, you know what, that's true. Because I always wonder, is it one of mine? Not to say it's your child or anything like that, but if it's someone of your gender or someone of your race, you'd be like, oh, damn. Because it makes us look bad. Because that's what the news will do. They'll make it look bad because that's what they're paid to do. Harsh reality. When you put things into perspective from that aspect, then understand as I'm saying what I'm saying, I'm not, and this can tie into so many different things, like technically, and once I get deeper into it, I could present it better as a teacher because I need you to understand what I'm teaching you. So it can help put things into a better perspective and a better aspect when you realize how it's put onto the world and how it's presented to us. Because when I say one of my kind, or is it one of mine? And one of mine could be a black person or it could be a male. If you think about it in all reality. And even if you're a black person, but let's say you were born in the year 2000, you have a whole different upbringing than I did. But nonetheless, you still were brought up in a similar category. So we're all presumed specific ways. And then based on the fact that if someone says something or someone does something that may possibly be the slightest bit offensive, disrespectful, or whatever you want to call it, to another category outside of theirs, it is damn near World War III. And they make it a point to bring everything to light and tell you if you don't apologize, you can't live your normal life you're used to living because you said this. on this day, you said this about these people. You're in this category, not that category. Why did you say this? And what was your reasoning behind it? We need an apology. Or we're going to push that button and cut your life off. That sounds, push the button and cut your life off. It reminds me of like The Net with Sandra Bullock. But in all reality, everything's trying to go digital, and funds and crypto and this and that and this is all trying to go digital, and your whole life can technically be cut off if all your money in the bank is technically digital, and your identity and all these real IDs and all these face scans and all this and that and this is all digital. And it's not like we wake up every day saying, I'm going to give harsh reality to life. But the harsh reality is when we say something and it's not offensive or it's not meant to be taken a certain way, just because we said it, it's handled this way. So here I am to help or assist or whatever other word I might pop up, I doubt it, but whatever. Telling you what we told you. Because when we tell you what we told you, you jump to conclusions. And that's where the problems arise. So please let me tell you. Harsh reality. HR, human resources. Is that my next chapter? HR? Or should I call it human resources? Because let me Google resources as soon as I walk back to the house and then figure out, since I talk about humanity, if that's perfect for me.